start with a little bit of an introduction. So I work for a $12.7 billion global tech firm that is in 46 different countries, headquartered in the World Trade Center right here in New York City, the heart of New York, which provides managed services for all types of companies in various industries across the Fortune 500. For my particular role, I am a tech leader who transforms companies that are in the retail sector. So every company is on a different journey in their IT infrastructure. Some companies are very advanced, like the Amazons of the world, and then some companies are really just starting out and only have a website where they are selling to the consumer. So where my company helps, we help innovate companies and transform companies to be more in control, more able to listen to their customers and to adapt to them, which is very important, especially in retail and COVID, of course, and then make companies faster, better, more efficient with their processes and providing just a cost savings to benefit their bottom line. So how I got into IT, I had a career in fashion and I went for my bachelor's in fashion merchandising. I was a fashion buyer that traveled all across the United States. And something that I want the audience, before I unpack my story, is to know that it's a myth. You do not need a degree in IT to get a career in technology. You should know that more than 25% of IT professionals don't have college degrees. Your skills from your current career are most likely transferable into the career that you're wanting to have in technology. And certifications, which the last speaker mentioned, I caught the tail end of his conversation, but certifications, soft skills, and just experience will really impress the hiring managers. So when it comes to my story, so I was a fashion buyer. I was traveling all across the United States. And something really terrible actually happened to me. I came back from a business trip in technology, and my boss actually said, you know, I'm bankrupt and I'm letting everyone go today. I felt just so stressed out, and I couldn't believe I just moved into the city. I had this job for about 6 months, and then I lost my job, and I didn't have a job for about 2 months. And something that I'm going to unpack a little bit later in my conversation is you really have to have mentors in your life and you have to reach out to individuals. So I was very blessed in having a mentor. He's been in the industry for about 20 years in technology. And I reached out to him and I said, you know, his name is Pete. I love him to death. He's such an amazing person in my life and still a mentor today, having various mentors in my life, but he's a significant one because he started my career in technology. So I reached out to Pete. I said, Pete, you know, I don't have a job. I'm in fashion. I'm in the greatest fashion capital in the world, but I still can't get a job. And he said, you know, Lena, you should really move away from fashion and you should really concentrate on something that is going to provide you longevity and where the environment of today's world is going, and that's technology. So he asked me, he said, do you have any skills in technology? And I said, well, I played a lot of video games when I was younger. So there's that. And then my second point is that I actually developed my university's website. I had a little IT role in the study abroad program where I did HTML, I did website, I did coding. So I said to him, you know, I didn't go to school for technology, but I am self-taught and you can learn everything over the internet. So he said, you know what, Lena, you're diligent. I see that you want to learn new things. So I'm going to connect you to a company. So he connected me to a company on Wall Street. They're also a managed service company, kind of like the one that I work today, but a much smaller scale. And I went in, and on my interview, he told me, he says, you have no degrees in technology, you know, but you have the soft skills. You have the soft skills. I see that you have a drive to learn. And I'm going to put you through some certification courses. Would you be willing to get certifications? I said, yes, I would 100% be willing to get certifications. So now that's how I got my foot in the door. When I got hired, I got 13 different certifications. And that helped me learn more across my career. And it helped me get my feet wet into something that I had no idea that I even would end up loving. And now fast forward, now 12 years later, now I'm in the role that I am today. So it's just getting that foot in the door in the first place. So unpacking my story. So if you search for job listings in your areas in IT, like web development, cybersecurity, software development, mobile app development, even help desk support on top jobs on sites like Indeed, Monster, you're going to notice a pattern in the listings qualification sections, and that's high school diploma or GED required. So a large portion of jobs in IT, they don't require a 4-year degree or even a 2-year degree. So many IT job listings prove this. So by not having a degree, it doesn't help, it doesn't held you back from pursuing a career in technology. And you should know that most tech positions simply require proof that you can just do the job. And that's what I proved on my interview to my boss. I said, my ex-boss, his name is Mitch. I still keep in touch with him today, a great mentor of mine. And I said to Mitch, I can do this job if you just give me a chance. And he did give me the chance. Now, to unpack the skill set. So transferable skills. I didn't have a career before I got into technology. I was in fashion. But I had transferable skills, and I definitely was not the math whiz. I wasn't a calculus whiz, and you don't need advanced math for large majority of IT jobs. You just need a growth mindset and the willingness to learn new things to help others and other people better harness the power of technology. So if you're not a people person, if you're a people person, you're in luck. A big portion of technology jobs require to work on teams to help colleagues figure out different solutions and technology problems. If you aren't a people person, then you might actually struggle in IT. So I always make sure to tell people this. Communication, creativity, problem solving, attention to detail. These are all skills you probably already have in your job now. So these transfer to a technology job really easily. It gives you an edge if you're switching into careers in IT. So as mentioned, most careers in information technology require you to work on either a team or with colleagues to tackle technology issues. So this is where transferable skills of communication makes a big difference. You have to be a team player. Creativity is essential in jobs like software development, web development roles. So if you're expected to come up with bright ideas to create and enhance new products, in other roles, your creativity will come in handy in very innovative ways to address technology concerns. Problem solving is definitely the most important skill to have in technology. I cannot stress this enough. If you're tenacious about figuring out problems, then you'll 100% excel in this field. It's definitely the field for you. Attention to detail is required if you're trying to fix a line of code or identify a cybersecurity threat. I mean, cybersecurity is one of the hottest technology avenues to go in today. So if you can get this far with your attention to detail, you're going to get very far in IT. So lastly, my advice is to do a lot of research. If you don't have a college background in IT, do a lot of listening. Surround yourself with people who are successful in the industry that you're looking to break into. Ultimately, the world is your oyster because so much information is available online today with Google. Definitely self-educate how I did. Self-educate, come in as a junior, as an intern, and just work your way up. That's how I did it. I didn't have any background. I got in, I worked my way up, I got these certifications, and I excelled further. And now, 12 years down the line, now I'm finally wanting to pursue even higher roles in my company. So now I want to go get that computer science degree that I never had, just because it benefits my knowledge and I think it would benefit me, but I really don't need it. My boss keeps telling me I really don't need the degree. So self-educate, come in as a junior, intern, work your way up. And my number one recommendation is to surround yourself with successful people that you can learn from, which is why this platform is so amazing. It gives individuals a tool to network, meet people, and just get information out there. So kudos to this platform. I'm just very excited to come on here and share my thoughts around just this whole avenue of getting into technology. I did it. I came from fashion. I had no background, coming from something that is completely the opposite of technology, right? And people are so fascinated by it. Coming from a fashion role that is not mathematical based, unless you're like sewing or making patterns, and coming into something that is just completely a different field, I think anyone can do it. Do I have any questions now for the floor?